Hello everybody, how is it going? I am Lucas, and today we are going to be checking out the Grean boy from Revv Amplification, the Revv G2. Coincidentally enough, I was actually gifted this pedal from Mr. Robert Baker at NAMM 2020. I was actually wearing this very Revv shirt, and Revv was running a contest. If you wear one of the shirts they were giving out at their booth, you had a chance to win one of the G pedals from various YouTubers, and lo and behold, Mr. Robert Baker found me, or I found him. We were at the bare knuckle pickups booth waiting for a performance, and he's like, "Hey, you want a G pedal?" I was like, "Sure," and he gave one to me, and I'm super stoked to get this pedal because it's awesome, and you're gonna hear how awesome it is today. And make sure you go check out Rob. He has tons of cool stuff over on his channel. I'll link him up top and below so you can check him out. So the very intro that you heard, of course, was the Revv G2, and for the Revv G2, the settings that you heard in the opening was I had the blue aggression on, and I actually kind of had all of my mid, treble, and bass kind of all in the same position, but it just kind of worked out that way. I was just trying to go for a tone, and that's kind of what it came out to. So I'm gonna actually set everything at 12 o'clock right here. So everything at 12, and except for the gain. I'm gonna leave the gain right where it's at, the vibes right where it's at. I'm gonna turn the aggression off, and let's see what that sounds like. So you see, it sounds all right. It doesn't have that sparkle that it had whenever we went in the opening, and I know I'm kind of working backwards here, but let me show you the clean sound that we're working with too. Clean sound, and now this is with the G2. The G2 already sounds pretty great, just right out of the box, pretty much everything at noon. I left the gain where I did because once you kind of push it past that point, it gets a little bit gainy. All right, so let's push the gain right there and see what this sounds like. Still sounds really good. You got a little bit more grit in there. It's a little bit more gritty. Let's actually turn up the treble a little bit and put mid right there. For this particular amp that I'm using, I have to kind of put a little bit of low end in it to give it that low end thunk. And we're still on the aggression switch. That's a little switch in the middle. You can do red, which is fat and compressed, or you can do the blue, which is it's very chimey and I don't say harsh, but it's kind of more a little exciting, gives you a little bit more in it. So there we go. Sounds really fantastic. Now the aggression switch, whenever you throw that, that gives you a lot of extra zip This is with, that was the blue aggression here. Now this is just no aggression. Now this is a red aggression. The red is very fat. It's a lot more, it has more teeth in it, I guess you can say, compared to the blue. If we go back to the blue with the same settings. There is really no right or wrong answer when it comes to it. I just chose to do the blue whenever we opened up the video, and I'm gonna cut the gain down a little bit, and I'm gonna show you what it sounds like when we're pretty much playing clean. And what I mean by clean is, you know, we're playing kind of soft and we're not really going for that much chunk. So it cleans up very nice whenever you're playing soft. That was on blue aggression. This pedal, I don't know if you haven't heard of the G series before. There's a G2, the G3, and the G4. The G3 and the G4 are your high gain beasts. They're, you know, they have full of gain. They're very in your face. The G pedal takes a step back from all of that, and it's a lot more laid back. It's a crunch pedal. That's what it was designed for. It's designed off of the channels off the Revv Generator 120, and the green channel is a crunch channel. So this one is a lot more laid back. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't get as hot in that higher gain stage as the 3 and the 4, but I love it because it's absolutely perfect. If you're, you know, going for just like a light crunch, but you don't really want a super in your face aggressive overdrive, this is absolutely perfect for it. But if you really want to kick the gain up with it, you absolutely can. So I'm gonna max out the gain. Why not? We're gonna stay on blue. I'm gonna go back to a pick. This is what it sounds like. Full of gain. And another cool thing about it is you actually get this little starter card. So they give you some starter settings. So let's actually adjust it to the starter settings. But it says, of course, tweak to your rig because every rig is different. And they kind of just give you a good place to start. I'm gonna put the volume up a little bit, and they tell you to lower the gain. And this is what they tell you to start with on the starter card. Let's see what that sounds like. And of course, this is a great place to start, but I want a little bit more low end. And this is actually pretty similar to what I was using. Lower the gain a little bit. And if you click on blue, I mean, this is literally what I started with. You can also use the G2 in a variety of other ways. You can use it as a clean boost, which I kind of showed you whenever I was playing really soft and playing with my hand. The clean boost sounded great. Or you can use it as a mid boost. You basically kind of just jack up the mids. You lower the volume a little bit. You kind of put out the gain. So that way, if you want to use it kind of as a solo booster, you can too. Now, this pedal isn't necessarily a tube screamer. It's not a tube screamer at all, actually. It was designed, this pedal is designed to be a channel from an amp, the Revv Generator 120, like I was talking about before. So it isn't gonna overdrive things per se. That's not the whole idea of it. This is trying to be your, crunch channel, pretty much. So you can put it in front of your amp. You can use it in the effects loop, but I really wouldn't recommend it in the effects loop. And I'm actually gonna put it in the effects loop, but I'm gonna show you why I wouldn't necessarily recommend it in the effects loop. Let's hear the G2 in the effects loop. As you can hear, it sounds drastically different. It lost a lot of its chime and its brightness when you stick it in the effects loop. I'm gonna take the aggression off, turn the volume up a little bit, let's put a little bit of gain up a little bit, and come out of that a little bit. Let's see what this sounds like. As you can hear, the G2 sounds better in front of the amp than it does in the effects loop. On the flip side, the G3 and the G4 sound great in front of the amp or in the effects loop. They are high gain beasts, so they sound really, massive and thick, so they sound great in the effects loop. I would not stick the G2 in the effects loop because I find it shines more whenever you stick it in front of the amp. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap things up for the Revv G2. I am in love with this pedal. It's exactly what I was looking for. I've been playing a lot of Strat-based stuff. Everything you've heard today was from my G&L Legacy Special, and everything I played was on the neck pickup. That's a DiMarzio injector. It's great for low gain. If you really want to push the gain up, you can. It's perfect for a nice, good crunch. It can also give your clean channel a boost, because as you heard, whenever we turn the pedal on, it sounds a lot better than the clean channel that I was using. Little disclaimer, everything that you heard today, it was from my Axe-Fx 3. I tried to run things through my 5150 combo, but for some reason, it had a lot of noise coming through. It was just super loud. I could barely play it, which I was really upset with because I wanted to use it with my amp. But I had to adapt, so I threw it in. It's in front of my Axe-Fx. It's not in the loop. It's just plugged right in, ran through the front. And I think it sounds pretty great. And the patch that I have set up, it's the patch I use to test pedals, and it's very basic. I just have the IR, the cab, and I have a little bit of treble boost on it. That's it. So everything that you've heard was the G pedal doing a lot of the lifting. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think about the G2. Are you gonna get one? Do you already have one? I'm probably gonna do a shootout of all three of the pedals to see how they all sound and how you can pretty much get a complete kit with just those three pedals, and you kind of really don't need anything else. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your comments, your concerns in the comments down below. As for me, gonna have to be out. Peace.